welcome to our first Beyond the Alphabet virtual session.
I'm Heather, by the way, so.
And so today we're going to be making mini personal pepperoni pizzas. So in your bag, if we deliver to you this week, we brought one crust for each child. We have, these are open already, but we have bags of this Boboli sauce. We brought cheese for everyone and pepperoni. And we preheated our oven to 400 degrees already. You're gonna wanna have a parent make sure that they help you with that. But then you can go ahead and get started. So, what we're gonna do is start with the sauce. Here, Heather, you can have the sauce.
Yay.
These are open already because we practiced our pizza already. But yours will not be.
Yeah, we don't want to have it expire before you guys are able to use it, because that'd be nasty.
So, I like this because you can decide on these. If you don't want any crust, you don't have to. I like to not make any crust on mine, really. Yeah. Just cover the whole thing in sauce and cheese.
I typically don't like to use too much sauce, otherwise it feels like a little bit runny, but that's just a personal preference. If you want to put a lot of sauce on your pizza, that's fine.
Like the entire thing like I just did?
Yeah, it's really up to you guys.
Okay, so we're gonna spread it gently over the crust.
What if I want to do it aggressively?
You can do that too, but don't splatter. Oh, yours looks quite nice.
Thank you.
Oh, this smell reminds me of like being in elementary school with those Lunchables.
Ooh.
Those pizza Lunchables. Okay.
As long as you clean up after yourself, it doesn't matter how aggressively you do it.
Maybe you could take your anger issues out on the pizza, I guess. I'm gonna do very little crust because I don't really like crust.
What?
I don't really like, unless it's cheese filled or garlicky or flavored.
The crust is like the best part, though.
So Heather's gonna leave crust on hers, I guess.
I love it.
Okay. Yes, very little crust. Okay, and then take my non-saucy hand in the cheese. You're
Sorry.
gonna need a lot of cheese.
I'm kind of a perfectionist. I like having it look like pretty even for the most part.
I don't really mind. I'm not picky.
That's fair.
Anything.
So you're gonna want to make sure that you guys wash your hands because you don't want any germs on your pizza. I mean, if you want germs, I guess you don't have to wash your hands, but I kind of recommend it. I'm wearing gloves and I use hand sanitizer, so I probably don't have a lot of germs, so I feel fine. Just right like that. Maybe not like all that, but
Yeah, maybe I didn't save you enough cheese.
it's okay. You don't want
Okay.
too much cheese anyway, or else it gets like kind of gooey and.
I like gooey. So, the pepperoni. Last time, I thought that I would have a cute little smiley face pepperoni pizza. So that's an idea. You can make a pattern on your pizza. But the thing is that then most of my bites did not have pepperoni in them. So, it's up to you. You might want to do a pattern, but if you do, you want to realize that you are not going to have pizza in every bite. Unless you do a crazy pattern, I guess.
So when I worked at a pizza parlor, we would put them kind of around. We would have them sort of overlap a little bit, so they don't necessarily have to touch each other, but we're gonna put it around. I'm gonna put it around kind of like this. And it's not staying where I want it to.
I'm gonna do.
Stay there, please. Thank you.
Oh, I have an extra. Okay, then.
It's fine. All right, so there we go.
I'm gonna do mine just like that.
Nice.
So I have some in like every bite, and not every other third bite with the smiley face one.
Yeah.
Oh look, I didn't use all the cheese. Great, I can use it.
What's up? Get back there. So if it's like trying to stick to my gloves, like no, you don't belong on there. Get back. All right. So this is how
Ooh.
mine looks.
Ooh, yours looks really good.
Thanks.
Okay, so now that we've made our own pizzas the way we want, we're gonna go ahead and put them on a pan and have our parent, if you're underage, help us put it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so now we have our pizzas on the pan ready to go. The oven's been preheated, so it's all ready.
I'm gonna step out of the way. I'm not getting burnt.
Safely open the oven.
I'm letting a grown-up do it.
Place the pizza in the oven. Don't touch the oven wires in there. I've
Even
done
though it looks fun, but it's not. Don't do it.
And then we're gonna set our timer for, let's do 9 minutes, so it's in between, and see how it goes. Okay.
Wait, it's not gonna be ready right away? It's not
we
magic?
have to wait. We
No.
do have to wait
I don't want to.
for 9 minutes.
Everyone, so right now we're waiting for the pizza to cook, and unfortunately we have to be patient, but that's not a bad thing. It's okay to be patient. We're going to read this book called The Discontented Pig, it's Discontented Pig. I have never read this book before, so while I read it, all my reactions are genuine. So, he looks. Once there was a pig, and his name was Percy. He lived with his father and his mother. His brothers and sisters were quite happy, but Percy was discontented. In fact, he was not happy at all. He wanted to go out and see the world. Early one morning, when his family was all asleep, Percy crept away into the woods. We don't do that. We do not run away from home when our families are sleeping. We don't do that. So, I am free at last, shouted Percy. Now I can see the world. The first animal he saw was a giraffe. What a lovely long neck you have, said Percy to the giraffe. I wish I had a neck like that. I could be able to see for miles. See, he's met the giraffe and he's looking up at him. And the giraffe I don't think the giraffe has ever seen a pig before. So, Percy went on a little way, and then he met an elephant. What lovely big ears you have, said Percy to the elephant. I wish I had ears like that. I should be able to hear for miles. Next, Percy saw a peacock. What a beautiful tail you have, said Percy to the peacock. I wish I had a tail like that. I should have the most beautiful tail in the world. These are really odd compliments to give someone, by the way. But last of all, Percy saw a zebra. What pretty coat you have, said Percy to the zebra. I wish I had a coat like that. I should have the prettiest coat in the world. Percy came to a quiet pool and looked down into the clear water. If only this was a magic pool, said Percy. Suddenly a fairy rose out of the water. Just for today, this is a magic pool. Look down into the water and wish, said the fairy. Oh dear, this is going to get interesting. Oh boy. Buddy, oh. Percy looked deep into the pool. I wish, he said slowly. I wish I had a neck like a giraffe. He stood quite still and waited. Then he felt his neck growing. Longer and longer it grew. I can see for miles, he shouted. Then Percy looked into the pool again. I wish, he said slowly. I wish I had ears like an elephant. Then he felt his ears growing. Bigger and bigger they grew. I can hear for miles, he shouted. This is looking really weird, but I'm into it. Again, Percy looked into the pool. I wish, he said slowly. I wish I had a tail like a peacock. Then he felt his little tail growing. Bigger and brighter it grew, with all the colors of the rainbow. He shouted, now I have the most beautiful tail in the world. Once more, Percy looked into the pool. I wish, he said slowly. I wish I had a coat like a zebra. He looked at himself. His dull coat was changing. Soon he had a beautiful coat with black and white stripes. He cried out, now I have the prettiest coat in the world. What do y'all think of this, by the way? I don't know. It's definitely surprising. Look at this guy. That is something else. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm a little bit uncomfortable. All of Percy's wishes had been granted. He could not wait to show himself to his family on the farm. So Percy ran all the way home. Here I am, he shouted. Look at me, I've been to see the world. His family stared at him. They asked him, who are you? I'm Percy, said Percy. No, you're not, they shouted. Go away, we don't know you. Percy looked at them, then he knew what he had to do. Poor guy. But at the same time, what would you do if you saw this running into your house? I think I would be a little scared. Percy ran as fast as he could back to the magic pool. The fairy rose out of the water and said, you are just in time, Percy. The day has not yet ended. You may wish again if you like. Thank you, said Percy. I wish I was a pig again. Percy looked down at his reflection. His neck was getting shorter. His ears were getting smaller. His own tail was coming back, and his coat was dull again. Thank goodness, he said. Then he ran home as fast as he could. Here I am, shouted Percy. His mother opened one eye. I've been to see the world, said Percy. And how was it, Percy? She asked. I didn't like it, said Percy. I would rather be at home with you. Alright, well that was a whirlwind. I'd say it was a pretty good read, honestly. It was full of laughter, it was full of something weird, big plot twist. I say 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay, so now our pizza is ready. It's beeping at me. So I'm gonna turn off the timer, turn off the oven, which was, by the way, at 350, not 400. So, I'm gonna take it out with my oven mitts.
I'm not gonna touch it because I might get hurt.
And these are our pizzas. Heather's has lots of pepperoni on it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So I hope you guys enjoy your pizza, and we will see you on Thursday to make paper sea crabs.